Dana here from Zero to Income. As we think about moving mainvacations.com out of eDirectory and into brilliant directories, I thought I'd start by going back to the basics. I talked about this in the last video where I talked about the two kinds of problems that have to be solved in order to make a directory website viable and successful. If I don't solve these two problems, then Main Vacations is just going to fail. And guess what? I've already been through one failure. Let's figure out if we can get this thing rolling the right way by changing some things as we kind of change and upgrade our mindset with mainvacations.com as we move it over to brilliant directories. So here I have on the screen, I have two kinds of problems. One, the site visitor problems here, and two, the listing company problems. So what are they and how do they break down? So the site visitor is likely looking for two primary things, one secondary thing, and then this is kind of like, actually, if we're going to put these in order, let's do this right here. Places to stay, things to do, and places to eat. If they have these three things, then in that order, they know where they're going to stay. They know they've got activity. They know they've got good restaurants or good food choices, options around them. Then those are going to be the top three in order. And then lastly, I have here, I'm just plain curious. So those are the kinds of people that might come to Main Vacations website looking for a solution. Here, primarily, place to stay, some sort of experience, then things to do, and then places to eat, or just being plain curious. Now let's think about the listing company problems. Two things. They don't want to pay for advertising until they know that the platform works and has traffic. I think this is consistent across many directory websites. I think this is a fundamental flaw in thinking that I can just build a directory website and everybody's going to come just because I've built it. Guess what? Not gonna happen. So I've got to solve a problem for this listing company. One, they don't want to pay for advertising until they know the platform works. And two, they want leads, but they want them to be legitimate, good leads. So I'm trying to figure out how I can connect these two problems with the listing company as a solution to what the site visitor problems are. And when I can connect them, then things are going to take off. Let's walk through this diagram. Let me make it a little smaller again so we can see everything that's going on here. So I have this listing company potentials that are out there, but they're telling me, look, I don't want to pay to be on another listing website. I'm already on Google. I'm already on this. I'm already on that. How do I know you're going to be different? I can say to them, hey, look, let me do this. Let me give you a free listing. Okay, so this free listing up here is in response to this. It's a solution to that problem. I am improving their domain authority because I'm actually backlinking to them. So let me offer them a free listing. And guess what? You don't have to worry about paying for any leads. When you see good leads come in, you can pull the trigger on them. But we're not going to give you just junk. We're trying to filter these down to good leads for you and then make them actionable for you to be able to purchase them and help solve somebody's problem. And guess what? You don't have to purchase leads. If you just want this for exposure for your business, then great. I'm here for you. I want that to be the case. I want to bring exposure for your company so that people will think about booking with your travel agency or vacation rental agency or whatever it is. So I've got them up here on a free listing now. And I've got all these as free listings. But you say, oh, Dana, but I'm not going to make any money on all these free listings. Well, let's walk through the flow and things will start to connect. So I'm looking for places to stay in Maine. I've got a site visitor and they see me on one of these, through one of these avenues. That maybe it's just on a Google search. Maybe it's a Google ad. Maybe it's a Facebook ad. Maybe it's social media, YouTube. Maybe it's a podcast, something. They hear about mainvacations.com. Maybe it's organic traffic on Google. Let's go there first because you actually want to prove that you can generate traffic with your website organically before you start paying for ads. Don't just go out and throw money at ads. Bad idea. So let's focus on Google right here. Let's make that bold. All right. So we're focusing on Google. We're trying to get our SEO tuned in so that people are coming to mainvacations.com. So they come here, they're in the website now. So all of this box, let's color this box. They're kind of roaming around in this. Let's color this as a light purple. There we go. So they're in here, they're doing their thing. And then they see this free listing right here, this green one that we offered to one of these listing companies, one of these members that we're trying to get on the hook to pay for good leads. They see that listing and they say, you know what? I like this. I want to fill out a contact form. So they fill out a contact form. Now, there's at this point inside Brilliant Directories, there's a great breakdown because we have a differentiator in Brilliant Directories that we don't have in eDirectory. We have direct leads versus indirect leads. So a direct lead automatically goes back to the customer, back to the listed member for mainvacations.com. It goes right back to them. That's a direct lead. I can set that up as a direct lead. So when somebody fills out their contact form, just give them all the information. No holds barred. Probably going to do that if they're paying for a listing, and I can control that. But that direct lead, I can say that can come into them. I could say that comes into them free of charge, or I could say that lead has a cost to it depending on which level they're in on mainvacations.com inside Brilliant Directories. So customer of site visitor fills out a contact form and boom, direct lead happens. Whether that's paid or not, you can control. And then from there, we're taking that same information and we're doing what's called a lead matching. These are indirect leads. So somebody comes to their listing, they fill out this contact form, and let's say they're on a free listing. Well, if they're on a free listing, I don't want it to do anything else. I just want it to send them this contact. I could do that, but I could also say if they're on a free listing, guess what? I want that listing company, I want them to pay for that lead, but also I'm going to lead match it to see if there's anybody else out there that matches this lead, and that's an indirect lead, and that can go out through a lead preview email back to the listed company, free listing, whatever. And you can control a lot of these parameters inside Brilliant Directories. You've got none of this control inside eDirectory. So they can now buy this lead. So they say, somebody says, I want to purchase this lead. That's revenue. Boom, I got revenue. And they unlock the lead gets released. They're able now to follow up with that lead inside their dashboard. They got the full information in their email. They're ready to take action. And guess what? That helps to solve the customer problem. They're looking for a place to stay. It helps solve the problem that people don't want to pay for advertising until they know it works. It helps solve the problem that people want to receive leads, but they want them to be legitimate leads. Now, they can know this because the lead form can include information that helps them know, hey, oh, this person is traveling. Here's their dates, and this is when they're expected to be in Maine, and this is what they're trying to book. Awesome. They can take action on that. They can pick up the phone or they can drop them an email, say, hey, yes, we have an opening. It's a beach house. It's going to cost this amount of money for those dates. And boom, a conversation is started. And the site visitor is happy because they're getting connected with somebody. These guys are happy because they can now try and sell to that customer. So I know this is a lot of boxes here, but let's just walk through it overall. Site visitor has a problem. They come to your directory website. Your directory website is just started, so you've had to focus on free listings for people, but that's fine because when that site visitor fills out that contact form, that lead, whether it's a direct lead or an indirect lead, that lead can be sold. Let's put a $sign here. Let's put a $sign here. It can be sold either way into more than one. It's going to get matched to others that are in that grouping. It's going to send out a lead preview email to them, the listing member. They're going to have a decision. Do I want to purchase it? They say yes or no. If no, they just ignore it. And then they buy which unlocks the lead, sends the full lead information back to the listing company, and solves problems for both the listed company as well as the site members. That is it. You can take this template and you can modify it with whatever you like here. Now, I'm using a Visio diagram, but you could literally take a sheet of paper, draw out these boxes so that you get an understanding of the two types of customer problems. When you nail this down, you're going to be able to go to the next step. And let's do that on the next video. I want to thank you for being here with me on this journey as we think about how to build a directory website for success, for solving the customer journey, the site visitor, as well as the member to the website, the one that's going to pay you for a listing or pay for leads. I know that taking the time to solve these problems is critical to your success in a directory website venture. Sean and I are affiliates for Brilliant Directories. The link is down below. You can get started by just signing up for a 15-day trial. And let me encourage you, sign up, mess around with it, and don't do anything. Just keep an eye on your emails, because at some point, a deal is going to come through from Brilliant Directories, and you're going to be like, now is the time. I need to get this done. And I need to start building this directory website that I've been dreaming about. And because you're going to be taking the time to build it right, your chance of success goes up exponentially. So you think about all the nuances that are going to make your customer's journey the best it can be for both your site visitors and your site members. Please let me know if you have any questions down below in the comments. Please let me know if you're finding this helpful, or maybe there's a gap. You've got a knowledge gap, something to fill in. Please let me know so that we can build content specific to you that is going to help you on your directory website journey. Have an awesome day.